Welcome, everybody. Back to roll with it here. Well, it's been a bit of a layoff that we've had here due to some unforeseen circumstances, but we are back. Last we left off, the group had just left the town of Diedluck in the King's Forest, traveling north towards Eveningstar as the next destination. Rolling with Darko and his group of merchants. There was a small ambush on the road where the group had to fend off a couple of bandits, killed most of them, I believe, and sent one running. Uh, there was a final combatant who tried to stay behind to cover the exit of everybody else that upset Lady Lilith and was summarily executed in glorious fashion. So that's where we left off. You guys had just come to a night's rest, and or right before a night's rest, anyhow, and getting ready to start the day over again. So I guess Rith, you're the only one that's still injured, I believe, from the battle. But
Correct.
uh,
So I will heal up a bit overnight.
yep. So go ahead and take your overnight healing. Uh, and we are working off of a new framework here. It's a fifth edition framework, so there might be some learning. There may be a bit of a learning curve here as we get used to the new macros and the new setup for ourselves as well. So please be patient with us as we work out the rest of the kinks here. So wonderful. All right. So you guys have come to the beginning of your or getting into your evening here. Is there anything anybody wants to do evening, overnight, before we get to the start of the next day?
No.
No?
I'll
All
just
right.
keep working on my broken English with Kovac.
Okay.
More than
So,
happy to help.
all right. I can't remember why I had you roll for that last time. Uh, I know, I think Rith was an intelligence check to see how well you did. Kovac might have been a wisdom. See how well you could teach it. Yeah, go ahead and roll me a wisdom. Wow, not bad. All right, so 17 for Kovac on the wisdom, 12 for Rith on the intelligence. So, um, Kovac, you do a better job of last time adapting your teaching mannerisms or teaching style to more suit Rith's learning style. Rith coming into it expecting something of the similar takes a little bit of time to kind of get used to the fact that you're accommodating for him, and starts to catch on. So overall, I'd say another good start towards mastering it a little bit better. So, um, all right, and nothing else from anybody else. All right, so next day comes. You guys have leveled up to level 3, so new spells for um, for everybody that gets them. New abilities for anybody else. So next day starts up. You guys are. Let me make sure I got his name right. It's been a little bit since we've used them. Do do. Yeah, Darko. Yep. Okay. So you guys get up in the morning. Darko's there with the rest of his group. The uh, female that was injured still has a bandage around her neck where that uh, arrow had come in and kind of gashed her pretty bad before Kerr was able to save her life, earning a little bit of uh, gratitude from Darko as well. He sees rescue. Says, good morning. If everyone's ready, we're ready to set back out again. So he'll work with his group on getting the rest of their supplies loaded, and you guys are able to load into your particular wagons, keeping the same order. as the first time?
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
Are we actually on the map?
Not yet.
Okay, I was gonna say because I'm not there and I don't see any wagons.
No. So I can. Um, okay, so that should be everybody. Here, I'll just move you guys here.
Okay. Now I'm a little less scared.
There we go. We'll just put it up today. So this was the original. So Gwen and Darko up front. You guys had Brayton and Luther in the second one. Tranum and Malmec in the third one. So everyone's good with where their positions were?
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. So you guys are traveling north at this point. A slight northwest, but more north than anything else, and pretty quiet, very temperate day. Slight breeze kind of blowing through the trees, so it's pretty comfortable out. Anything anybody wants to do during the day?
I'm just gonna talk to Darko, kind of make conversation,
Okay.
really discuss what happened over the day, how dangerous it was, and how we handled it magnificently.
He says, yes, you did quite well. I'm more than happy to provide you with the extra pay I uh, agreed upon yesterday. Once we get up there, like I said, if it wasn't thanks to your companion back there, I don't know that Gwen would have made it.
I agree. He's very useful.
Quite the compassionate individual. I'm certain his rough appearance gets him a few interesting looks when he's in town, but far be it from me to judge someone that's puts their life on the line for someone else.
Very true. Very true. I agree. He tends to throw himself into battles, I've noticed. We're gonna have to work on that, but
Indeed, seems like a protective individual. How did how did the two of you meet?
we actually met back in Weymouth. We were brought together to help with the job there, and we fast came to like each other.
Oh, so this group, this partnership is new.
Fairly new, but we tend to work well together. I say our skills complement each other.
I would say, based on the events of yesterday, I would agree with you. You know, Kevin stated that you say Kevin had recommended you, given you all a letter of recommendation as well. He can be a difficult man to impress.
Well, to impress quite a few people. I'll say that much.
Well, I would say that you don't lack for modesty or reserve, but I mean, again, I don't doubt your effectiveness. Like I said, yesterday was we're used to seeing occasional bandits. They seemed a bit more proficient at their profession than most.
They were a bit more organized than the normal,
Indeed,
but
most of the time we run across two, maybe three. You know, with the six of us, most don't tend to bother us, or if they do, we most of my crew knows how to handle themselves okay. Um, versus more experienced bandits, it can be rough.
I'm glad we could be of service.
Likewise, so he'll ask questions about the rest of the group, and I mean, how well you guys know how if you've worked with any of the other ones previously. Say, did all of you just come together recently, or
Yeah, we all came together in Waymoot.
all
Actually,
individually?
yeah. Uh,
Interesting.
actually, Kerr and Rowan, they came together that I noticed. Um, but the rest of us, yeah,
Yes, I did notice that. I mean, at the campfire last night, or at other points, they seem uh, pretty familiar with each other.
we've gotten to know each other better since then.
That's excellent. When you're traveling, I mean, having trust of your companions, or knowing what they're capable of, what they're where they're going to be, what they're going to do. It's all a very good way to make sure that you well stay alive. To be honest.
Agreed.
Excellent. Well, and like I said, if when we get to Eveningstar, you all are welcome to continue with us if you wish. We'll probably be in town there for a few days at least. I'm hoping
That'd be
that our
good.
next couple days on road are a little bit more quiet.
I could go for quiet. And then I'll just kind of talk about the weather and
Okay.
kind of just mundane stuff.
Usual road chit chat type stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anything for anyone else?
I'd like to cast Goodberry.
Goodberry. All right.
Yep. Nice.
Nice. Okay. So you have food and whatnot. So all right. You have a
I'll pass
handful of
one off
berries.
to. I'll pass one of the 8 off to Rowan.
All right.
Oh, thanks, man.
No problem.
All right. All right. Anybody else? No.
I'll take a break for today on my reading.
Okay.
Let what I have already learned kind of absorb a bit.
That's fine.
Well, in that case, I'll probably let's bust out the history of Everesca. I'll read
Okay.
that.
Sure. So reading about some moon elf civilization. So yeah, not something you're necessarily entirely familiar with, given your people and whatnot, but you'll notice some, I don't want to say similarities necessarily, but some stories that you've probably heard in the past on typical moon elf culture behavior. So all right. Let's see here. Okay. So you guys keep traveling along the road. If anyone wants to give me, does anyone want to head up perception checks, or does everyone make their own, or one per wagon?
I'll do one.
Okay.
Yes. 8.
8. Okay.
Oh, it won't let me pull my character sheet up.
Might have to. Hang on. Let me do something here. Do. Off of there, and we'll put there. Now you should have them.
There we go.
Okay. 15 for Rith. Not bad. All right. So, uh, her, you're keeping a lookout, and it is beautiful day. You're in the midst of nature. You're, considering the past couple days, even though you were in a small town, it's still civilization. Not quite as comfortable as being out here. Um, 18 for Lilith. Nice. Um, Rith, you keep an eye on the road too, and Lilith as well. You guys are keeping your eyes peeled straight ahead, given the fact that you were attacked yesterday. Just keeping your eyes in front, looking behind you, just keeping an eye out for any type of potentially maybe retribution from the group that you had sent fleeing yesterday. Nothing. It's pretty quiet out there. You see some animals in the woods, but no sign of any kind of humanoid activity. So, I mean, you feel like if they had any kind of base, they probably warned the rest of the group about maybe going after you, or staying away from the wagons. So, yeah. Other than that, it's a pretty quiet day. You guys managed to not have anything out of the ordinary happen. So, come to your evening time. Darko pulls the wagons off to another spot where it looks like a good spot to set up camp, and they go about making camp for the evening. So, does anybody have anything they want to do to help set up camp? And
I'll pass out the berries to everybody first.
Okay.
All right, guys, this will last till tomorrow morning. If you eat it, you'll be full for the next 24 hours. And it'll heal you a very small one.
How much healing does it give? One?
One.
One hit point? So, Rith, you get another one back if you take one. It's up to you if he wants to take a berry.
Rith will take it and see if it actually makes him full.
Yeah, so, like, you squish on it and you're like, this is ridiculous. Small little berry, you eat it, you swallow it, and you're like, wow, that's actually... I mean, you can determine how satisfied he would be. I mean, you're full, but all you did was eat one little berry.
Yeah, I have kind of a sad look on my face. Like, where's the rest of the meal that I'm supposed to intake here?
There wasn't even any meat.
It wasn't.
I don't know if I like this sorcery.
Well, you don't look like that was satisfying. I still have some deer meat if that'll please you.
Rith would be happy.
All right, I'll start a fire.
About the
He'll-
best sentence.
He'll
ever heard
look
from
at Kovacs.
Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah. There was a verb in there. The sentence was almost properly structured. I mean, so
Rith's happy about it.
all right. So are you setting up to cook up a little bit of deer meat then, Kurt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Right.
I'll give him the cooking utensils I found at the last place.
Yeah.
I mean, it might help. I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah, you pull them out, and there's actually a pretty nice set of cooking utensils. I mean, you're not quite sure why they were necessarily carrying them around with them. It seems kind of odd, but they're nice, well maintained. So,
So how do you use these things? Normally, I just put it on a spit and turn it, and I'm good to go.
You know what? You'll figure it out. I mean, let's be honest. I don't
Okay.
know. people usually make my food, you know?
Right. Sure, I'll give it a shot. I will attempt to cook with the cooking utensils.
Okay. You're not necessarily proficient with it, but we'll say it's like a wisdom check for cooking.
It's 17.
Yeah. You're like you're not really sure. It takes you a bit to figure it out. You're not really sure if this is for you to be cooking with cooking utensils, but in a way, I guess you could say that yeah, maybe people who don't know how to do stuff in nature with what they're given, it might help them. Um, you guys eat the food. I mean, it's a little bit better than what Kerr normally does with any kind of the meat that he gets. So it's slightly above average. So, how much of it do you cook? The deer meat.
Uh,
You have a total
I
of
don't know,
11 people there. Um,
maybe
depending
six
on.
pounds of it.
Okay, yeah.
So like 2 pounds each. Like, should be good to divide up between a few people.
Yeah, so half a pound for every person that's there, basically, with a little bit left over in case Rith wants to munch on more.
Rith would definitely munch on the excess to make himself feel better.
Sure. All right. So, uh, food gets cooked, and Darko looks over at you, Chris. Well, thank you again for cooking this evening. That was quite delicious.
You're welcome.
Normally, we subside on some rations while we're out here, but this is a nice change of pace. I was telling Lilith today it's nice to have such competent and well skilled guards and fine traveling companions on our trip north. It's been a very enjoyable experience thus far.
It's been my pleasure. Uh, how many days till we get to Eveningstar, is it?
Eveningstar, yes. Probably maybe tomorrow afternoon, or not. I'm sorry,
Oh,
not tomorrow afternoon, but the day after. Day after. Um, probably have another, I'd say 30 or 35 miles to go.
okay. Um, I'll cast Druidcraft to see what the weather will be like tomorrow, just in case it's going to be bad or something.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see. You cast your craft, and this is for the next 24 hours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You get ideal weather. Is the impression that you get. Maybe nice breeze going, sunny. Probably not very many clouds in the sky at all.
Going to be a nice travel tomorrow.
Excellent. I've never met anybody that could predict the weather as accurately. A lot of people like to say that they know what it's going to be based on the wind and such, but sometimes I feel like they're just throwing a dart at a dartboard and hoping for the best.
Right. Well, I could do that too, but I prefer the spell. It's so much easier.
Indeed, I quite handy. You never have to guess about what to take out for the day.
Yeah. You'll know if you have to wear, a cloak to protect against the rain, whether or not you need boots for wherever you're traveling. It's good too.
I agree.
All right.
So, all right. So they'll eat their meals.
When I finish, I'm just gonna like take out my lyre and just kind of play like some mood music, like campfire type stuff.
Where did you put him?
You don't want to know.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you do have your Song of Rest now. That's right. Okay. Okay. All right. So go ahead and roll a performance check. See how you do. Just I know it's not necessarily you're not trying for intense performance, but what the hell? Why not, right?
Yeah.
So that's all right. So 24. All right. Or actually, sorry, 17. Yep.
Yeah.
It's his first die. All right. So yeah, you strum a little performance, and yeah, it's just impromptu. You're not really trying to really perform necessarily, but it's nice mood music. You know, everybody seems to be um, enjoying it while you guys while everyone's finishing up dinner, cleaning up. Everyone has good spirits. So, right? Anything for anyone else?
No.
Okay,
Not tonight.
fantastic. All right, so you guys will go to bed for the evening. Any natural healing you guys can do overnight again? Whatever that brings you to, Rith.
It's your con plus level, right?
Yep. Con
Okay,
plus
yeah.
level.
Okay.
Yep. So real close. And go batch. Pull up. Nice. So you guys wake up, and so yeah, Rith, you notice as you're getting a couple more nights of sleep, you know, some of those deeper wounds that you had, um, from the spell that was originally cast to kind of bring you back to more health. The scales had grown back a little bit more due to the aided effect of the spell, and now they're kind of getting some of their similar color that you have for the rest of your scales across your body, and beginning to look a little bit more like yourself again.
I'll
Feeling,
rub some dirt on it.
yeah, get that good healing going. So, and you guys go to bed in the evening. How are you guys doing watches here? Or is anybody staying up for watch, I should say?
I'll take first one.
I'll
Okay.
join it.
Okay.
I will not.
Okay. Anything for Kovac?
I'll take the second watch.
Okay.
I'll
Anything
take
for
third
Lilith?
watch.
Third? All right. All right. So first watch, go ahead and roll me a perception check for either one of you at advantage or one for each of you, whichever one you guys want to do.
You want to do it?
You can do it, and then you just do it at advantage.
Okay,
Eight
I'll
of-
roll twice. 24.
4. Nice. Okay. Keep an eye out. There's some animals that kind of venture a little bit close at points and uh, kind of drawn to the remains of the food. It seems like, or the smells that were there. They kind of get a little bit close to the edge of the campfire, and you notice them just kind of like peeking around and um, not really sure if they can come in and grab anything, but you've seen the type of behavior before. You've very familiar with, you know, them wanting to retrieve any scraps that they can. So
I'll talk to him for a little bit, and then I'll toss him what's left.
okay, so they stop for a moment and just kind of hunch back as you talk to them, and it's always different when these are animals that you haven't like met for a while that they can understand what you're saying. So those first few sentences sometimes can be a little bit disconcerting for them, and then they slowly start to relax a little bit, and you let them know that you're gonna give them scraps, and they kind of creep into the light a little bit. You toss it to them, and they like grab it and kind of look at you for a moment and like tilt their head and then scamper off back into the woods with
Oh.
their remains. So, but other than that, fairly uneventful night. Full moon. So, got plenty of moonlight coming in. But
Nice, because I don't see well in the dark.
I mean, you guys have a fire going, so you have a decent amount of vision that you can see, but probably only goes out about 40 or 50 feet before it starts to get a little bit harder to see. So, but yep. So other than that, your guys' night passes by uneventfully. You guys can head to bed if you'd like, unless there's anything you wanted to discuss while you're up.
Nope.
All right.
Just enjoy his company.
Very well. So your guys' watch comes to an end. Kovac, are you staying up through your first one? Or are you doing your 4-hour meditation at the end of your?
Yeah, I'll do it at the end.
Okay. So, yeah. So you would have been able to see this if you wanted to. I'm assuming you're probably reading as well.
Yeah, I'm probably reading. Wasn't paying too much attention.
Sure. I mean, you'll hear Kerr talking to animals, which, not that you've been together for a very long time, but it's becoming less abnormal as time goes on. But you come up for your watch as they let you know that they're off to bed. So go ahead
Sleep
and roll
well.
your perception. 14. Okay. Your night goes by pretty uneventfully too. Aside from the few animals that came up when there were some scraps and stuff left over, you don't really see anything else coming up for you. I mean, with your vision, you can see out pretty far. Again, it is a very nice night out though, so it's, I mean, staying up later at this point compared to some of the other times when it's either raining or sprinkling or anything like that. It's clear skies, beautiful late summer evening. So, other
Excellent.
than that, your night passes by pretty uneventfully too. And as you're getting ready to go off, Lilith, you wake Lilith up to take her watch. And then 13. Okay. Again, pretty uneventful. You're keeping your eyes out for any kind of activity, making sure that no one comes in to slit anybody's throats in the middle of the night, as they would, but nope. No, it's pretty quiet still. So, after first few pretty eventful days, you guys have had a nice, quiet, relaxing day. So, and then one of Darko's men's, it's Malmec gets up, the dwarf who was all gung ho about smashing somebody in the face, and gets up and lets you know that he'll relieve you and take the final watch for himself. Thank you for, thanks for helping out and letting us get a little bit of shut-eye too. It's nice to have companions.
Not a problem, my good sir.
Pleasant rest.
Have an uneventful watch.
Yeah, it's not bad to swing this thing every now and then, pointing to like the axe on his back, but it's nice to relax every now and then too.
I agree.
But never let your guard down.
Never.
Good night.
Good night.
All right. So Malmec takes his watch. he doesn't see anything either. Pretty good watchman too. So, um, you guys come to in the morning. You guys have breakfast, but most of you are still have a very contentful feeling in your stomach from the good berries from yesterday. Rith, it's a bit odd to not get up and eat breakfast.
It is. He does not know what to do with himself.
So, you guys come to back into the wagons and journey north again. Anything else? Anything you guys want to do during the day here? Nope. Still good?
I think
No.
so.
Okay. True to Kerr's word, weather is perfect again. So, very few clouds pass through the sky. It's a wonderful sunny day. Not too hot. Nice breeze coming in from the north. Keeps you nice and cool. Day passes by uneventfully. You guys come to your evening time where you break for dinner once again. You do feel, well, Kerr and Rowan during like mid or late morning, you feel the effects of the good berry wear off for you too. Whether or not you want to cast it again for yourself or not, or wait.
No, I didn't know what was going to happen today, so I did not prepare.
Okay, that's fine. So, all right. So yeah, you guys feel the effects of the good berry wear off. You guys get to the end of the day for the travel, and the other three of you actually have a hungry feeling again. So feel like you could definitely eat something. So they break for camp for the evening. Anybody wish to cook anything? You going with your rations for the night? For the evening, I should say.
I would like to try again with the cooking utensils.
All right, go for it.
Let me keep.
You guys get the meal again, and it tastes very similar to yesterday. Like, this is uncanny how consistent he is with these tools now. Gotta be it. It's gotta be it. The tools are definitely the key to consistency. So, but yeah, the meat's cooked very well again. Done just about how everyone would probably like it. It's, kind of a medium to medium well kind of consistency to the meat. And Darko and their group kind of they share a few vegetables that they brought along with them as well. So if you want to cook them up or put them into a stew of any kind, you certainly can.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I will. Since I'm basically pan frying the meat, I will attempt to pan fry vegetables.
Got it. Got a little bit of fat from the deer meat that you could probably use to add some seasoning to the vegetables and whatnot. But with your roll, it turns out pretty good. So you guys have some vegetables and some meat. It's for traveling on the road. It's a pretty nice meal. So, all right. That will be the evening here, unless anybody has anything else they want to do.
Nope.
All right. Still taking the rest of the day off from your learning there for Rith?
Yeah, I'll take today off again.
Gotcha. All right. So you guys can set up for your same watches, just for terms of speediness. You guys set up your watches, and nothing occurs this night again. You have another fairly peaceful day. So heal up the rest of the way. Nice. It was the dirt, Rith. It was the dirt.
It was.
It was the dirt.
I gotta make the scale, match the rest of my body.
Sure. Got to darken it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Get that green.
Exactly.
All right. So you guys have a fairly restful evening. Come to, set out in the morning. Let's see. As you guys start traveling in the morning, you guys do start to notice some clouds rolling in. Look a little bit darker, not too dark, more light to medium gray. Um, Looks like it could be rain at some point today.
I will find out.
Okay, cast your
Yeah, I'll cast Druidcraft.
Okay, yeah, you think that late morning to right around noon, you probably get some showers. It should be light. So maybe more of a nice soft cleansing rain than a hard downpour. Shouldn't really impede travel too much. It'll just be wet. So,
Right.
And as you guys get on during the day, you can kind of feel it in the air. You guys know how it feels right before you're gonna get a rainstorm. You feel the air temperature drop a little bit, and then a nice soft light rain comes down. It's warm. It's still summertime. It's feels kind of good actually. Um, so as it's raining, you guys, yeah, washing off the dirt as you go. Sure. As you guys are coming towards late morning as it starts to get to noon, you guys, let's see here. The rain slowly starts to stop, and off in the distance, you can start to see some houses. You do see a river as well that's kind of snaking its way across where you guys are going to be going to in your path. I'll put you guys over here real quick, and bam. Let me know when everybody can see it.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't see like, my character, but I do see it.
Yeah, the characters aren't on there yet, but
That's fine. I'm just making sure you knew.
yep. So you guys come to, and you can see the path kind of diverges just before you hit the river. There's a couple of bridges that take you in. There's one road that kind of leads around the edge of the town and maybe a little bit further off north and west, where it links up with another, looks to be major road that kind of goes across, splits it goes through the middle of the town. There are a couple of roads that wind through the town. Most of them are kind of small. You see quite a bit of farmland. There's looks to be a few orchards here and there, even some. You think
Crop
maybe
circles.
vineyards?
Crop circles.
Yeah, those are like farmland, basically. Yeah, it's aliens. Aliens. But yeah, so it's quite a bit of farmland, some farmhouses. There's a few houses that are kind of close together. You'd assume they're probably more of the maybe merchant areas around here. And then a lot of the other houses are more spread out. Some occupying vineyards, orchards, farmland. There are a couple of pastures around as well. You'll see some cows. Pass by a couple of areas where you see more poultry. And fields of various types of grains. So, as you guys are approaching, Dark will turn around. Welcome to Eveningstar. I'll find us some accommodations here for the evening. Well, the best place to stop here is the Lonesome Tankard. Would be my recommendation. You're free to check out either one of the other establishments here, either the Hailing Hand or the Golden Unicorn. Both fairly decent ones as well. But the Golden Unicorn is kind of a local place where some of the local businessmen or traveling merchants tend to do more of their business. So I don't want to say necessarily it's a bit more quiet of an establishment. The Lonesome Tankard is, well, I mean, it's the best inn in town. They've got some of the meats that they cook up in that place are amazing. So if you're looking for some good food, some decent entertainment and whatnot, then I'd probably head there. The Hailing Hand isn't not a bad place. It's just your average run of the mill tavern. So nothing necessarily special about it, but quiet place too. So most of
Which
the folk
is the
here are most of the folk
which
here are somewhat friendly. It's a small farming town, so they're somewhat in each other's pocket occasionally, but they see a fair amount of travelers come through, and they may or may not um, be talkative. Just depends on the group, really. So
which is the closest to the edge of town?
closest to the edge of town. Let me see here. One second here. I had a map already ready for that. And now it's missing. Oh, I know what it was. Sorry. Hang on. There. Closest to the edge of town, so there's one that's right here, which is the Hailing Hand. Then the Lonesome Tankard is actually just down the street from it, right here. And then the other one here. The Golden Unicorn is down here.
I ask because our tall friend here tends to like to spend his time in the woods. So I figured that way we would be closer in case something were to happen or we needed to summon him for some reason.
Sure. Well, I mean, the town is fairly small. I mean, there's you look around. I mean, there are little corpses of trees around, small little glades that you can kind of go into. So yeah, there's if he wishes to, there are a fair number of places that one can go to escape a little bit if they need to.
Okay. I will speak with the rest of our companions whenever make our stop and we'll go from there.
Okay. The one other place that might interest you, if you're looking for other jobs or anything to do while you're in the area, or trying to decide, I guess, if you wish to stay in the area, there is the Eveningstar Hall, basically kind of the town hall of the area. He'll say it's just up the main road that we're traveling here. So when you guys get into town, it'll be this building right up here.
Okay.
So I say, if you're looking for anything to do, they typically have a job board there. You can talk to the local constable there, and they might have some kind of work. He's a bit of a he can be a bit of a more strict individual. So, um, but
Yeah.
never hurts to ask.
Any interesting shops in town that you know
Well, um, not. I mean, this is mainly a stopover for a lot of other people, so a lot of the stuff that they have here is uh, clothing, travel equipment. So not
of? Okay.
much for. I mean, if you're looking for any kind of interesting wares, I don't know if you'll find much here. A bit more of a out of the way farming stopover village. So,
Okay. All right.
oh, you guys will continue on through into town. He will stop in front of the Lonesome Tankard to get their wagons kind of situated away. It's like, should you need anything while you're here, or come across any questions, or decide to continue traveling with us, this is where you'll find us. And so I'd assume we'll probably be here. I'd say at least a couple days. There's some wines I want to procure from here that are fairly nice, and then I've got some uh, berries and some barley that I want to purchase as well for my own businesses. But should you need
Should
anything, you know
we
where to find us.
should we go ahead and settle up now, just in case we do decide to stay?
Talking to the rest of the group. Or are you talking to
Actually, I
him?
was just talking to Darko.
Okay. Well, I mean, if if you wish to stay at any of the one of the establishments here, I would certainly find yourself a room. They tend to have plenty of openings, so travelers come and go quite a bit, and they tend to have enough rooms for them. But
Okay. I was actually talking about our fee.
oh, I'm sorry. My apologies. Certainly I can. Let me go ahead and get the rest of my crew here settled. If you want to come in and well, either he'll look at the rest of you. Yeah, if anybody wants to settle up at this time frame, I'm gonna go procure rooms from the rest of my team here and get the wagons all settled, and then we can settle our accounts. I mean, if you guys want to take a look around town, it'll probably take us about a half hour to an hour to get settled in, and
Okay.
then we can meet back here if you'd like, and we'll settle our business as it stands right now.
Okay.
He'll say, I think, yeah. Tell you what, as for everything you did for me, I'm happy to pay you each 10 gold as part of the original fee plus a bonus.
10 gold apiece.
10 gold apiece, yes. Very appreciative of the work that you did for us. Feel the at least since I'm about 7 gold piece extra, I believe, than what I had originally promised. So yeah,
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
very good.
Plus, it was a good travel, so
The last 2 days were last 2.5 days were quite peaceful. It was nice. Um, Even the rain wasn't too bad on the last day there.
it was refreshing.
Indeed. Well,
Well,
if you wish to come back here in about an hour or so, I can have that money ready for you, and if you choose to travel with us, then we'll resume our business at that point.
I think I might just stay and have a drink.
Very well. And he'll walk inside and talk to the proprietor up there. Happens to be a human male, standing behind the inn, and he makes arrangements for his team and sends for a couple of stable boys to go out and get the wagons settled in and the horses into the stables. So, what
I
would
will
anybody else like to
stay
do?
there. Uh, I will drink out of my water skin,
Okay.
but I will not leave the sight of those wagons getting unhitched, and that way he doesn't try to run on us.
Okay.
I'll wander around town. I'm looking for a blacksmith.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk with him.
With
Rith.
Rith. Okay.
Yeah, we gotta get lost.
That we do.
That's true. It's the typical thing to do. All right. Anybody else?
I will stay at the tavern as well.
Stolen some
Same.
takers.
Yeah.
All right. Are you guys procuring rooms while you're there, or are you just
I'll get a room
stopping?
there.
Okay. Kerr, are you just going in for a drink, or are you trying to get a room as well?
Just a drink. I would like to partake of their cheapest foods.
Okay.
Wait, did you say
It'll-
only a drink?
He just said partake. I don't think he set himself a limit. That's for
Oh,
sure.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. So Rith and Rowan, go ahead and make investigation check as you roam around town looking for a blacksmith. Well, shit.
Yes.
Yes. So Rowan, as he you're not sure if he actually sees the sign or not, but right as you're coming up to where the blacksmith is actually located, he's like, "Hey, let's go that way." And Rith, you're like, "Yeah, that's a blacksmith right there." And so you grab him by the shoulder and pull him over. On the sign it says Iron Hand Smithy is the location you run into.
I will walk in.
Okay. All right, so you head down inside. Inside there is a human male behind the back in the back of the shop. You can hear him pounding away on some piece of metal on the
I'll
anvil.
sigh deeply when I see that it's human.
Oh, okay. All right. And he'll kind of look up for a second. Oh, welcome to Iron Hand Smithy. My name's Hans. Sir, what can I help you with?
I'll pull out the spear and javelin from the back that I have and look at him and say, "Sell goods."
Oh, okay. I can take a look and see if we can come to some sort of agreement here. He'll look at you, Rowan. Anything for you?
No, I'm just here with my friend.
Very well.
I'll also pull out the war hammer that I had.
Oh, okay.
But unless you have a feather.
A feather.
Yep, I need a feather.
Oh, I mean, I do a little bit of fletching here, so I've got a supply of feathers.
Just one singular feather.
Pull one out and just hand it over the counter towards you.
Ooh, that was easier than
Free
I
of
thought.
charge.
Thanks.
Yeah, sure.
Put it in my pocket.
Feel your request, but probably the easiest one I'll have all day. Say, what, and the warhammer you got, was that from the orcs or is that from
That was from the dude.
the half orc guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then same thing with the spear and the javelin.
Yep.
From them. Okay. Okay. He'll take a look at them. Well, the spear could use a little bit of sharpening, but it seems to be in decent enough shape. Fairly nice warhammer. I could probably give you 7 gold for him.
Deal.
Okay. He'll take the 3 items from you, reach underneath, and pass over 7 gold for you. Say, any other business for you guys today?
I'll shake my head.
No, that was it for me, sir.
Oh, well. Thank you for coming in. Have yourselves a fine day.
You too.
Okay. And he will go back to his forge and start working on the piece of metal that he had before. So. Right.
And now we wander.
Okay. Are you guys looking for anything in particular, or just...
I'm actually gonna look for an alchemy shop while we're around, just to see if there's something around.
Okay. So, and with your investigation check that you had beforehand, you don't run across any kind of alchemy shops. I mean, most of the stuff you run across is maybe like a general store, but you're looking for alchemy type goods, you're probably not gonna you
Okay.
won't find anything specific for that. There's a butcher. There's some stables that you run across. There's some fine there's like a fine clothing store. There's an adornment shop for like household adornments or just things to spruce up someone's appearance. You do run across a orchard on your travels there, and yeah, that's about it. So
Okay. Rith will just head back after wandering a bit with Rowan, and
okay,
within that 30 minutes or whatever, we'll head back to that inn.
okay. So you guys go back within about half hour to an hour.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you're paying attention, Lilith, and keeping an eye on things, about 45 minutes goes by, and Darko comes back in, sits down with you, and passes over a stack of 10 gold pieces to you. Is everybody sitting together, or how are you guys sitting?
I'd say
I
yeah.
should- Okay. Was Kerr at the bar? Or are you sitting with
I'm at the
Kovac and-
bar.
Okay, right. I kind of figured as much. So, Kovac and Lilith will slide over 10 gold coins to each of you. Say,
Much appreciated.
yes. Well, not as quickly as I had hoped, but quicker than could have. But here you are. Again, thank you for your service along the roads. And should you choose to travel with us again, I'll gladly pay you 5 silver a day. Any extra
Okay.
based on what we encounter. Other
Tell
than
me,
that,
Darko, is there by chance a bakery in town?
bakery. There is one that makes some apple filled pastries that are quite delicious. They have a cherry one too, but
Okay.
I'd highly recommend the apple one. There's a if you go down to Shen's apple orchard, they make them there.
Okay, which direction would that be?
That'd be to the southwest of town. Just well, if you go back the way we came in, there was that other bridge that we went across.
Okay.
There's another road that kind of leads northwest out of town. There's a house on the edge of town over there that has an apple orchard behind it.
Okay.
So,
Well,
if you're You basically be like right over here.
I am going to bow
Okay.
to Darko and say our business as of current has concluded, and I appreciate you.
I appreciate your service as well. Thank you very much. And
And we will let you know.
very well. I'll be here, or if I'm not, one of my team should be, or you can leave your name with Cardin at the bar. He would be able to get the note to me if you. Either way, what you decide. If you want to let me
Okay.
know, I'd appreciate it. If not, that's fine too. You owe me nothing more.
And I am going to head out to the bakery.
Okay.
Would you like company?
Sure, yeah.
As
I was wanting to
you're
speak with you
passing by,
anyway.
he'll give you 10 gold as well, Kerr.
Oh,
So,
thank you.
the cheapest booze they have there's about 5 copper
Okay.
for. So if you want yourself like a pitcher size, they can give you one for about um, 15 copper or so. It'll get you a decent sized pitcher. So
I'll give him 2 silver
okay. So
for the
they'll
pitcher because I'm going to take it with me.
say, oh, very well, that's fine. But if you guys are desiring to stay there at our rooms are 3 silver a night. So
Okay. I'll let the others know. Thank you.
of course. Say we have a lovely roast boar tonight as well as one of our meals. So um, with some fresh vegetables and yeah. So we have a couple of other items on the menu as well. But if you're looking for a tasty meal, I'd recommend that.
Is it local?
Yes, yes, indeed.
Awesome. Thank you.
Have a pleasant day.
And I'll head out.
All right.
Headed to the bakery. I'm going to say, my friend, I actually have a favor.
Okay.
I assume you're probably going to want to spend your night out in the wooded area.
Yes, you are correct.
Could you catch me a firefly?
Yeah? Yeah, I can do that.
Or some phosphorescent moss, possibly.
I
Either
can
way.
do that. I can get you both.
The
I only
moss
need
might be a
one.
little harder to find,
The
but
moss.
might be.
Okay.
It depends. I mean, you could probably look around. You might find something near the riverbed or near one of like the ponds that kind of gathers. So you might be able to find something.
Either one, whichever is easier for you to find, I would greatly appreciate it.
I assume it's for a spell.
Yes, it is.
I'll be
For a
gathering
light,
my.
it's for a light spell, so we can see.
Well, uh, that'll help us. But I
Yes.
recently figured out how to cast a dark vision. So,
Oh, even better. Oh, we could use them both. We could do it in tandem. Um, because I can actually use my light spell against enemies too.
I will keep an eye out.
I appreciate that. Let's go get us some pastries.
Yes.
It's
Dude.
on me.
Oh, thank you. Did Darko happen to mention if there's like a general store in town or not?
He didn't mention it to me, but we can go through the center of town and find out if you'd like.
I would. I mean, we could do that on the way back.
Yeah, either way.
Okay.
So let's head to the bakery.
Do the bank.
Very
Dotted
good.
line, dotted line, dotted line.
So you guys head down towards the southwest of town and kind of follow the instructions he gave you, and you do indeed find a house that's sitting out there with looks to be an orchard behind it with a sign out in front that says Ben's Apple Orchard. And you do notice in the back there's cherry trees as well. You see some raspberry bushes, uh, but mostly it is apples. A couple of varieties. So you there is a door to go in for what looks to be their shop area. So you walk in and there's a older woman behind the counter there, and she greets you. She says, "Oh, welcome to our apple orchard here. Are you looking to purchase a bushel or some apples today, or maybe one of our fine pastries here?"
Actually, we're looking for pastries. Do you
Indeed,
happen to have tarts?
we we do have a few left. Most of the stuff we do is baked every day, so let me see. I do have five of our five tarts left. There are a couple apple here, and looks like I got three cherry as well. Um,
Tell you what, I will take them all.
oh, well, very well. Since we're a little bit later in the day, I'll say it'd be about 2 silver for the five.
You know what? That sounds like a fair price for a homemade tarts.
If you come back in the morning, they'll be fresh at that point too, and even more delicious. But these are still quite good.
And whatever my friend here would like. Also, I'll be paying you for that.
Very well. She'll take a look up at you, Kerr.
I'll smile. Be like, I just came to keep her company.
Okay. Are you certain? We do have some lovely fresh apples here, or um, some ripe raspberries, or some pastries made from either one.
I'll take 6 apples then.
6 apples? Very well. So she'll pull out 6 apples and hand them over. Total between the two be about 5 silver.
I will give her 7.
Okay. So, oh, thank you very much. Again, if you want to come back in the morning, we'll have some fresh pastries at that point, and like I said, they're even better just out of the oven. So,
All right. Well, I thank you very much, and you have a nice evening.
you as well. So she does have so for Kerr, if you have a preference, she has like Granny Smith type apples. She has like Fuji type apples. Or Red Delicious,
I
Golden
have no
Delicious.
preference.
Okay.
I will take
So
whatever she hands me.
okay. So she'll hand you 6 Granny Smith apples.
Okay.
And one more thing, ma'am.
Yes.
Do you happen to have any farms around here with, say, chickens?
Yes, there are a couple of there's at least one poultry farm that yeah, one poultry farm that's here. Um, if you go around to the north edge of town, almost straight up from here. I mean, you'll have to follow the road, of course, but
Okay.
if you go just about straight north of here, there's a nice poultry farm up there.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for your tarts and your apples and your information.
Indeed. You have a wonderful day. Thank you for coming.
Same to you.
I have a question. Could you also direct us to like a general store?
Yes.
Of course, if you go back towards the center of town, right across from Eveningstar Hall, there is the Eveningstar General Store right there.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course. So
To the general store.
But you want to get your chicken first?
We'll walk to the store.
Okay.
Do you happen to have a feather?
Let me check. And I'll like go through my dreads to see if anything's sticking.
yeah, you find a like a sparrow feather.
I'll pull it out and be like, here you go.
Oh, Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I needed that for another spell.
Ah,
All right. You guys head to the general store? Yes.
Yep.
Okay. All right. You guys head up towards the general store. Yeah, just as you said, you come across the Eveningstar Hall, and then on the right there, in the almost you didn't notice it because you weren't looking for it originally, but it's like right there next to the Lonesome Tankard. So it's
oh,
right
I
next door to it. So yeah, there it is.
really should pay more attention. Right?
Pretty intent on getting paid. So
Let's head in.
all right. So you guys head in towards the general store. You see a couple of people on the interior there. Looks like some townsfolk milling about looking for their own goods. There are a couple of people that you think work there. You see one person stocking a few of the baskets and shelves that are around, rearranging things, kind of cleaning up from the day's hustle and bustle. And then behind the counter, you see a woman. Appears to be writing in a couple of ledgers, and sees you come in and says, "Oh, good day. Welcome to our general store. Is there anything I can help you find?"
Good day. Yes. I was wondering if you have any Cooper's goods.
Cooper's goods.
Yeah, barrels, stuff like that. Small
Um,
ones.
oh, small barrels. Yes, I believe we have a couple of either crates or barrels that could be used for storing goods in. Um, did you have a particular size you're looking for?
Uh,
Or are
hogshead?
these hogshead? Okay. And do you need these to be able to be like sealed to hold liquid, or are you just looking for something for dry storage?
I will need it stored to be sealed.
So tarred and sealed up for protection purposes.
Yep.
Okay. Let me well uh she'll look over. Uh, Kylie, can you go into the back and see what we have left for barrels about the size hogsheads? Sealable, for protection purposes. And you'll see another younger girl look. Yeah, right away, mom. And she heads into the back and gone for a few moments. Um, she'll look. Anything else I can help you with
A
while she
few
takes a look?
things. Some spices, if you have any.
Yes. Were you looking for anything in particular? Salt, pepper?
Well, I definitely going to need some salt, but I was considering that as something separate. I just recently started cooking,
Oh,
and everyone has gotten this look of, oh, it's the same. So I was hoping to literally spice it up.
okay. Well, I mean, we do have a few different spices here. I have some salt or black peppercorns here that you could crush up and use as well. We do have some dried rosemary and sage and some thyme. If you're looking for something that's a little bit more extravagant, I have some cardamom as well. It's a bit more expensive since it is a bit more of an exotic spice, but it certainly adds a nice flavor. But other than that, we have some dried garlic and onion as well.
Uh, do they come in like pouches or like
Yes, yeah,
boxes?
I have well, I mean the salt and pepper come in their own size of pouches as well, but yeah, I can get you some pouches of various spices.
Okay, I'll take one of each then.
Very well. Did you want the cardamom as well, or do you want to just stick
Yes.
with the? Okay. So the basic spices that she'll give you, the onion, the garlic, the salt, pepper, the rosemary, thyme, and sage. Each one of those runs you, I would say, a total of like a silver piece for the whole thing.
Okay.
The cardamom it comes in a smaller pouch. So say this one you'll want to use a little bit more sparingly since it is a bit more of a stronger spice, but it'll run you about 5 silver pieces for that one, and it is a smaller pouch, but she'll say just use it in smaller doses.
Okay. Uh, do you have a cookbook?
A cookbook. Well, I mean, we have one that some of the older chefs that used to work at the Lonesome Tankard had, so they did put one out here. It's runs about 3 silver pieces.
Take it.
Okay, so she'll pull one of those out as well and
Uh,
pass it over.
and curing salts.
Sharing salts?
Curing?
Oh, curing salts. Yes, yeah, we have that as well. How much were you looking to?
I'm going to need to fill the barrel.
Oh, indeed. Okay, so we'll say that'll probably be about 5 gold pieces worth.
5 gold?
And she can give you basically a couple of sacks of that.
And rope.
And rope. Yes, we do indeed have rope. How much
10
how
feet?
much rope are you looking for? 10 feet?
10 feet, yeah.
Okay. She can give you 10 feet of rope for 2 silver pieces.
All right, I think that will do it.
And then she'll come back up. They will have a barrel that you're looking for. It's not like a large one, but it is a smaller one that you can use, about the size of a hogshead and whatnot. She'll say, "Oh, Kaylee, thank you very much. This one here, if you're looking for a barrel, this would be 7 silver for this particular one."
I will give her 7 gold.
Okay. She'll take it. Thank you very much. Anything for your lady friend here?
Actually, yes. Would you happen to have a vial with cork top?
We have some vials, yes. What
I
size?
just
I mean,
need one.
she'll pull out a couple of sizes.
Just a
That look
small
like
one.
Okay, so she'll pull out a small one and hand it over to you. This would just be 3 copper.
I will take it.
Okay.
And I will give her 5.
Okay. Thank you very much. Anything
you.
else for you?
No. I think that'll do it. But for your troubles and being so helpful, a gift. And I'll druidcraft 2 flowers and hand her one and hand her daughter one.
Oh, okay. So she'll look. Oh, those are very pretty. Thank you very much. It's been my pleasure.
All right. Thank you very much.
Have yourselves a pleasant day.
You too.
So they will. Her daughter goes back to stocking shelves as you guys walk out, and she continues on with her.
All right,
Her
Kerr.
work.
This vial, if you can find either one of the two, I figured this would be good to put them in.
Do you need more than one lightning bug?
Nope, just one.
Just one. Okay. So you want to go get your chicken?
I don't need it now. You gave me that feather. I just needed the feather.
Okay. Okay.
So we can head back to the inn.
Sure.
All right. So, you guys head back to the inn. Kovac, you're still there. Rith and Rowan, you're there as well. So Kovac is the only one in there when you guys come in. As you guys walk in, Darko will wait for you guys to sit down wherever you're going to? Are you sitting with Kovac or going to your own table?
I'll
Kovac?
get the pitcher refilled and then join them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Rowan and Rith, you guys join up with Kovac and have a seat, and Darko comes over and passes you each 10 gold, and thanks you each for your help and your service along the roads. It's greatly appreciated. And then he heads back over towards his party, which isn't too far away. So.
We've done pretty well for getting a free ride. Let's say what time is it?
With that, waiting around, I'd say you're probably at about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So not quite dinner time yet, but getting close. There are smells of food coming from the kitchen as they're
What
getting
do we
things
all
prepped.
think? Do we want to check and see if there's any available jobs now? Do we want to wait till tomorrow?
Let's do it tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Let's have a relaxing day.
I'm
The
good with that.
bartender said it's local caught boar tonight.
Ooh. Yes, let's stay.
We'll go up to the bar and get a room.
All right, so they'll let you
I
know
will
it's
also.
three silver a night. And they'll ask if you're intending to stay on multiple nights, or do you want to just go one night at a time?
I'll just pay for 2 nights right now, and
2
then
nights?
go from there.
Very well.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna go and get 2 nights as well.
Okay.
How much did you say?
3 silver a night.
3 silver.
So be 6
I
for
will
2 nights.
also.
Okay. Kerr's staying outside.
Yes.
Okay. And was Kovac getting a room as well?
Yes.
Okay. You going for one or multiple nights?
I'll do 2 nights. That's fine.
Okay. So all 4 of you have your own rooms. Right. All right. As he says, there are a couple of food options for the night. One is the roasted boar, as well as a with some vegetables that have been roasted as well. There's a basically kind of like it's a sausage that's wrapped in dough and then baked up. And then they also have a chicken stew that's available. So
I'll order the boar.
And
Ale.
All
I'm
right.
going full bore.
Nice. All right. So if
Boar
everyone's
sounds good.
whichever one you guys go with, it's 4 silver for the meal. It includes at least your first drink of just like the regular house ale. So, or if you're bringing back your pitcher, they'll give you the first drink out of that one for free, since you already paid 2 silver for it if you brought it back.
I am.
Okay, so, and then, all right. All right. Anything for the rest of your evening here?
I'd like to go to the stables.
Okay. Let's see here. There are a couple of stables that are in town. Let's see here. The closest one to you is actually just right across the street from the general store. to the west. It's Roldal Stables.
Is it the one that Darko set up his caravan with?
No, he's in here. They have their own stables that are where they house the horses. There are like stables over here that have other horses as well. If you're looking for a separate stable.
No, I'm going to go to the one with Darko.
Okay. So, yeah. All right. He and his team are in the same inn with you guys right now, or in the tavern. But, you going outside to the horses? You said then.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that where you're planning on staying?
No, I'm delivering an apple per horse.
Oh, all right. So, if you feed them each one, they're more than receptive towards it, and
I'll thank them for all their hard work and tell them that, we might be continuing with them, but we might not. But here's an apple for all you've done.
okay. They
Mm.
just munch on it and just kind of like one nuzzles up next to you, which is not that hard. I mean, you guys kind of see eye to eye for the most part, so you're probably about a head over some of them, but yeah, they're very, very seem quite happy to have the treat. So
Give the one a pat, and then I'll head out to the nearest grove of trees that isn't an orchard.
okay. So, I mean, if you're looking at the map, each one of those trees represents kind of like a small collection. It's not necessarily just one tree, but there's a couple of them that are kind of on the bridge that head northeast out of town, that are still fairly close to the inn where you guys are at. So, if you're wanting to be close, there's one right there.
Okay.
Okay. So you've got a nice you hear the river kind of passing by. You can find yourself a nice little setup in there. The town's still kind of around you, but more on your peripheral. So
And I'll look for fireflies and call it a night.
okay, go ahead and make a quick perception check.
15.
15. Okay. Yeah, you don't have any trouble finding one. And I mean, given this, you're a pretty big guy with big hands. It's not too hard to catch one. So,
I don't know. I had some difficulty with a mouse not too long ago.
they're slightly more elusive, I think, than fireflies, but yeah, you can find a firefly form for Lilith.
All right. I'll file it up.
Okay. So
Sounded wrong. Anyway, I'll just.
you'll store it.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. All right. Anything for the rest of you guys?
Nope. I'm just gonna enjoy the entertainment and go and sit there.
I'll see if there's anything going on, like arm wrestling or anything like that I might join in.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a tavern.
I mean, as the night progresses on, it's not right away, but as the night progresses on, you do see a couple of the locals that want to test their strength against each other. So
I'll
You
walk
going to
over
join?
to them.
Okay.
And attempt to join them.
Okay. Yeah, they're more than happy to welcome you in. Doesn't appear to be anything like they're betting or whatnot. It's more of just a good-natured, see who's strongest right now.
Okay, that works
So-
for me.
If you want to go ahead, are you going for like several attempts at this, or just
Yeah, I'll do several.
okay? Go ahead and make a couple of strength rolls then. Okay. Let's see. So yeah, the first guy that you go up against, looks to be a farmhand, young guy, pretty well muscled. He actually beats you on the first one. Um, the second guy comes up thinking that you're probably pretty easy prey to take down. You handily beat him. The third guy, wanting to outdo his buddy, comes up and you completely destroy him. It doesn't even look like he was ready for anything. He like sets his hand up. He's like, "Come on, let's go! I'm gonna pow!" And you just snap his arm like right back to the table. Um, you don't seem to break it, but he's holding his elbow like, oh, something probably got pulled in there. That wasn't so good. Um, and then the last guy, the guy that you beat originally, wants, is like, let me show you guys how it's done. And this time you get a nice good grip. You understand how his level of strength, and slam his arm down to the table. At the end, each of them are, they're congratulatory of you. Like, damn, you're really, really strong. Holy shit, what do you do?
Blacksmithing.
Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense. Do we buy you a drink?
Always.
All right, and they'll pat you on the back and lead you over towards the bar. So for the next hour, they'll try to talk to you, to the best of their ability. So,
I'll try to keep it short.
okay. So, they seem to fall into a conversation between the three of them, kind of pulling you in occasionally. They'll ask some questions about your experiences with blacksmithing and whatnot, and be like, where'd you learn?
My master taught me.
Was he a dragonborn like you?
Yes.
Was he a dwarf?
Well,
Oh, okay.
dwarf. Yes. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those guys are tough bastards.
Heavy
Was he
lifting.
hard? Yeah. They're pretty strong. So do you still do it? Are you looking for a new place to work? There's a guy down the street that might need more help.
With a group, might help.
Oh, well. Yeah, you should check out his place. He's a pretty good guy. Hans is
Hans?
yeah. He doesn't comes in here some nights, but he's probably down there still working. Over the next hour or so, they'll buy you 3 or 4 tankards worth of ale. So,
All right.
nothing that's too much for you to handle. So,
I'll buy another round of chicken for the group, so we can
Oh,
eat while
okay.
we drink.
yeah. They're pretty happy. None of them are too, like, you don't sense any kind of bitterness from being beat. The one guy has, he's sitting there at the first kind of hour, just like rubbing his arm down a little bit, and then as the ales start flowing in, pain seems to subside a little bit as he starts to get a little bit of a buzz going on. So,
All right. I'm not looking for anything specific off of
yeah,
them, so.
no, that's fine.
Yep.
So, cool. All right. Roland, were you doing a mild performance there?
I was just looking around at the character sheet and accidentally clicked it whenever I
Oh,
was...
okay. All right.
But I mean, I
Curious.
do want to do one. It's just that was just clicking on the lyre. That wasn't like a actual
Gotcha.
performance.
Okay,
But yeah, I do want to do a performance.
go for it. Holy shit. Double 19s? Like, that's... All right, so that's a 28. So yeah, as you guys are just sitting there, night passing by, what are you pulling out, Rowan?
The lyre.
Liar. Okay. Are you performing anything particular that he knows? I mean, it's like.
I mean, with that role, I'm like performing Ave Maria or something. I mean, I don't know.
This is easily the best performance that probably any of you have heard. Like definitely the best that he's ever done, and he's had some pretty good performances, but this is by far the best you've ever heard. So to the point that I would say you get about 30 silver that gets
Ooh.
placed down for you from various people inside the bar as like as a tip for the performance.
Nice.
So but yeah, you guys are wrapping up your meal and kind of settling in for the evening and just drinking the rest of the day away. Rowan busts out some amazing performance.
Afterwards,
Good music, food, and drink. Can't ask for more.
Nope.
Afterwards, I'm gonna go to the bar and see if I can get, or see if they have like a couple bottles of alcohol, like 2.
Guy behind the bar. Yeah, I've got. What type of alcohol you looking for? I've got whiskey. I've got some rum here. We've got a couple bottles of wine.
Let's do 2 whiskey.
Okay. Well, how good you want?
Not good.
Not good. Okay. I mean, if you want 2 bottles, I can. I mean, it'll be kind of like fire water to a certain extent, but it'll
Perfect.
2 silver. 2 silver. All right, so he'll take it's a silver piece for each bottle.
I'll give him 5.
Okay. So he will pass over the 2 bottles. So do you need any glasses?
Oh no, this will be fine.
Okay.
I'll just tip my hat and kind of walk back towards people that are still there.
All right. Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty popular establishment for the local crowd. So, I mean, as the night goes on, it fills up with a few more people. It's not like completely full or anything like that, 'cause it does look like it's situated to fit quite a few travelers that come through. Tonight seems to be kind of a lighter night for that, just Darko's group and one other caravan that seems to be passing through of 4 people. And then just some locals that are popping in. So I'd say about 25, maybe 30 people in total. So. All right. Lil, you said you were just kind of winding down the night.
Yep.
You got food, alcohol, performance, arm wrestling over in the other corner there. And Rith seems to have found a couple of buddies to hook up with for the night. Anything for Kovac, or just sitting back and observing?
Yep, pretty much just hanging out.
All right. So whenever you guys are done, you guys can head up to your rooms for the evening. Rooms are fairly nice. I mean, they're a little bit better than the Mermaid in Weymouth was. So not quite as nice as the one in Diadluck, but fairly similar. Bed's nice and fairly soft, and the linens aren't scratchy or anything like that. So pretty nice place. You guys can get a good night of sleep.
Perfect.
I'm gonna sit on my bed again, take out my flute, just kind of look at it, take one of the bottles, take a swig,
Sure.
cork it back up, probably die because of the alcohol.
It's harsh.
Yeah.
You take that first chug and you're like, wow, okay. Good.
Like cork it back up and I'm like, yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
put my flute back away and then go to bed.
Okay. Very good. All right. So that wraps up your guys' evening. Morning comes along. Kerr, you can head back into town whenever you're ready. The rest of you guys get up in the morning. Kovac, I believe you were early. Lilith, you're
Yep.
a little bit later in the morning, right?
Yep.
So, and then Rith and Rowan are kind of in the middle.
Yeah, I'd be later because I wouldn't have this big person in my room
True.
waking me up.
So, all right, you guys have your morning. Each one of you are stopping for breakfast downstairs, I presume.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will.
So, cost of your breakfast is included with your room. So, you guys have your basic breakfast is there. If you want anything extra beyond the basic stuff that they offer, you can request it and just be a small additional cost for that. But basically, just looking at like a bowl of porridge or some hot cakes, and then either some sausage or bacon that they have ready to go from the board last night. But you guys have your morning there.
All right, after everyone's ate, let's say we go to the hall and see what they've got going on.
Okay.
Before we do that, can I do something in the morning before I head into town?
Yeah. Sure.
I'd like to salt cure the remainder of the deer
Sure.
because it's been like a week, so it's getting funky.
Yeah. Did you want to do that in the morning or you want to do that in the evening?
I'll do that in the morning.
Okay.
I just wanted to rest that night.
Sure. All right. So yeah, you go ahead and salt cure it up. You have it seal up the barrel and let it just soak in the curing salts.
And I'll use the rope to form it into like a bit of a backpack so I can easily carry it.
Okay. So Kerr comes walking into the tavern with this barrel, just roped across his back.
Maybe Firefly.
Hey, thanks.
No problem.
Probably dead at this point because they didn't have a whole lot of oxygen in there, but you don't need a live
Okay.
one.
He never
so-
said he needed a live one, yeah.
No,
Yep.
he did not.
I don't need a live one.
But you have a firefly.
I do.
Hey, big guy, how was your night?
It's good. It's good.
Nice.
Peaceful. Yours?
Fantastic. I think I played the best song I've ever played in my entire life last night.
I missed that.
Yes.
Could you repeat the greatest song in the world for me?
Well, this is not the greatest song in the world. It's just a tribute.
Okay.
No, that's all it is.
I'm going to try to repeat the greatest song in the world.
Okay.
Oh, man, that's not nearly as good. It is.
I mean,
yeah.
it's you hear him perform and you're like, this is about what I'd expect.
It was good.
No, that was terrible.
If you say so. I mean, your worst critic is it's an artiste.
True. That was bad. Just put my head down in shame.
Rightfully so.
Right.
All right.
So I interrupted something. I'm sorry. What were you saying, Lady Lilith?
Uh, I say we head to the hall and see if they've got anything that interests us. Make a little coin while we stay here.
Okay.
I'm down.
Agreed.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right. So you guys walk across the street towards Eveningstar Hall.
Yes.
All right. So probably the largest structure in this small town. Not very big still, like only about 2 stories or so, but uh, it's fairly wide at the base. And out front, you do see looks like a job board. Very similar to some of the other ones you've seen. There are a couple of posters on there that you can see. Looks like 3 in total. Uh, 2 of them are rather official looking, and the thing that you notice about these 2 are that they're posted for registered guilds. Both involve venturing into the Stormhorns, which is the mountain range that creates a natural border around Cormire to the north and to the west. Kerr and Rowan, you guys would have came through one of the passes you went to Highhold, where you originally picked up your job in Weymouth. Lilith, you would have passed by. They would have been on your west as you were coming down north from the north. Same thing for Kovac and probably Rith. But they're untamed, to say the least. A lot of dangerous things end up happening in that area. So both of these appear to be for listing for registered guilds within the Empire. There is a third one, which is kind of unofficial looking. It's written in common, but it's like rough. All it says is earn big money, clear monster cave, big reward. And it looks to include a roughly drawn map to the north, which indicates where the cave's location is. Probably in the lower foothills of the Stormhorn. As you guys are standing there walking, there's a person that walks up behind you and just kind of stands there for a moment.
When I read the last one, I'm gonna look at Rith. Did you write this?
No.
Oh, okay.
Those are sentences you can understand. I mean, you're like, yeah, no, I get it.
I get it. Yeah. I'll look at Rowan. What wrong with writing?
Nothing. It's all correct. Pat him on the back.
So I'm going to turn around to this person behind us and say, "Can we help you with something?"
Oh, no, actually, I might be able to help you with something though. Appear to be another intrepid band of adventurers passing through our towns by the look of you. And you turn around, and you see a older woman. Well, you would assume she's older because she has like silver hair, but when you look at her face it has a few little wrinkles in it, but for the most part, her skin is, for what you would assume is someone probably in her 60s or 70s, based on her hair and whatnot, is pretty smooth. She's dressed in a nice dress, as well as like a cloak that's just kind of sitting over that, just to kind of ward off any potential weather that might happen. She'll look at you after she finishes her comment.
I'm going to say in Elven, what do you know of this job?
She'll respond in Elven as well. which one? I see. I mean, two. It looks like Constable Honolith has already been out this morning. The third one, definitely not an official job posting, although I would assume it was probably put here after the constable was out, because if it was there when he came out, he definitely would not have left it on the board. He's a rather strict man.
Okay.
She'll take a look at you and say, I don't notice that you have an adventuring emblem on your person anywhere. Are you new to Cormire by chance?
We are. We may just be passing through.
Very good. Are you looking for opportunity to make some coin while you're here? I presume
Always.
if you're looking at the board anyhow.
Always.
Okay. Well, there. I mean, the two jobs that are there probably do pay rather well. You could certainly go talk to the constable if you'd like and see if he'd be willing to extend you one of them. Fortunately, he's a pretty strict or firm by the book type of officer. Can't say if without the appropriate paperwork whether or not he would offer it to a group that doesn't appear to be with a registered guild. But, well, I do have a bit of work myself that I'm need a simple enough task performed. If you're interested, we could certainly discuss it back at my home.
Where is your home?
Oh, it's not too far from here. It's actually just down the street here.
Okay.
Say,
Before we go, what would this job entail?
well, I'd prefer to discuss that in the privacy of my own home. I don't want
Let's
the
talk
constable.
pay then, before we make the walk.
Well, I would prefer to discuss all of those features inside of my home. I don't wish the constable to come out and believe that I'm stepping on his toes in any way. As I said, he's a by the book type of officer, and I prefer to keep my business private from him.
So I'll switch to common again and say this elf would like us to go to her home to discuss business.
Yep, that's
She'll say,
exactly what she said.
and she looks at you strange when you say elf. Like, I mean, I've been called many things before, but your friend there looks far more elven than I ever could. And she'll kind of like sweep back her hair, and you notice she just has regular human ears. I do appreciate the compliment, though. They age gracefully and wonderfully.
You struck me as the elven sort.
I will take that
figured
as
with
a
the looks
compliment.
that you have, you must have elven blood.
I will take that as a compliment, but I fear I am just a lowly human.
Well, let's take a walk. If my other compatriots are in agreement.
I would like the question answered first.
Of course, my dear Furbolg.
You said another group of heroes or adventurers or whatever?
Well, yes.
What
I mean,
happened to the last one?
Well, I meant that you're another group passing through. We tend to be a stopover for a lot of caravans that pass through and adventuring parties, so it's rather common to see them pass through here.
Okay.
This is the primary northern road for Cormire. I mean, we see a lot of traffic. Many people wishing to make a name for themselves.
We'll hear you out.
Very good. If you wish to follow me, she'll take you down the main road a little bit towards a very nice looking home. This one right down this way.
Before we leave, I'm gonna grab that sheet of paper off the
Yeah.
Roughly written one? Okay.
yeah, the badly written one.
Okay.
and I'll fold it up.
Okay. All right. So she will take you back towards her home, and like I said, it is very nice. Looks to have been there for quite some time, but it's been the upkeep on this house has been amazing. Looks to be the paint seems to be well maintained. Um, you can notice it looks like bits and pieces of it might be a little bit newer than other ones, but it's a very well maintained home. She opens the door and says, "Please, after you." And the
I'll
the
go
door
in.
opens into a there is an entry chamber there that you do see that you come up on the deck that's on the side of the house.
I'll go in slowly.
Okay.
I'll
Everyone
just
following
walk in.
Lilith. Okay, you just walk right in. All right.
I stop at the doorway and I'm like, ladies first.
Quite the gentleman. Um, she'll if you take the door, she'll wait for the rest
Yeah.
of you to go in and then follow before Rowan goes in. Um, so you guys find yourself in this entry like foyer. It's fairly big. In front of you to the left, you do see a set of stairs that kind of go up and turn to the right into another landing that's up there. She'll turn in and address all of you. Welcome to my home. I am Lady Tesseril, a sworn protector of Eveningstar, and a close personal friend of our former king Azun.
What was that name again?
Lady Tesseril. It's Tessaril.
All right. Thank you.
She'll take a look around the group and kind of look towards you, Lilith, and say, please forgive me for not introducing myself in the middle of the town square there, but as I said, I do like to keep my business a little bit more private after so many years of being here. Um, Constable Honolith can be a right pain in my in my arse sometimes, but
I understand. But it is nice to meet a fellow lady.
oh, are you yourself a lady as well?
I am. I am Lady Lilith.
It is a pleasure to meet you, and she'll look at each of you and um, since we're getting on with introductions, may I know the rest of you?
Rith, male.
She'll smile and nod.
Kovac.
Wonderful to meet you, Kovac. She kind of looks at you strange for a second. Been a number of years since I've seen one of your kind, but
We don't get out
kind of,
much.
they're kind of dreary. You don't strike me as that type necessarily. But anyhow, it's wonderful to meet you.
Well, call me Kurt.
Sure. Assume that's not a name you said people call you that. Interesting. Welcome to my home. She'll look towards you, Rowan.
My name is Rowan, and I tip my hat to her.
Wonderful to meet you, Rowan. She'll look back towards you, Rith, and she switches to Draconic and says, is this more comfortable for you?
Ah, yes, very much.
Sorry, I didn't want to assume that Common was not your primary language. Many Dragonborn who pass through our lands tend to favor Common.
I was not raised on Common, so it is not a language that I am overly comfortable with. The lady part threw me off.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, welcome to my home regardless. Is it okay? Are you comfortable if I speak in common with the rest of? I can
Yes.
I can share
I
anything of pertinence with you in your native tongue if you'd wish.
common is fine.
Okay.
The group seems to be comfortable enough relaying
Okay.
information as I need.
And if you have any questions, you can speak in Draconic to me, and I'll respond in common, so that way everybody can understand if you'd like.
Fair enough.
Okay. So she switches back to common as she regards the rest of you. Um,
Quite
yes,
talented, I see.
Hmm?
Quite talented, I see.
Well, when you've had as many years as I've had, you pick up a fair amount of tricks.
So you say you're not elven,
Correct.
but you're very fair for one, especially to say when you've had as many years.
Well, I am a person of arcane means as well.
Ah,
So
okay.
I've lived a couple centuries at this point.
Understandable then.
Um,
Please continue.
of course. Yes, I do have a job that I wish to have performed. Um, what I'm looking for is I have couple of ingredients that I need for a spell that I've been working on, or a variant of a spell. And I know someone. I know someone who has it. They are an unusual trader, I guess you could say. Uh, it's not necessarily an inherently difficult job to procure the item, but I don't know how familiar you are with our region here.
Not very.
Kinda
Okay,
new to it.
very well. Well, there is a local legendary place around here called the Haunted Halls, to the northwest of our village. It's set in the Starwater Gorge, about a day's journey from here. So if you were to follow the river, it goes into the mountains, and there's a little gorge that it goes through.
You said
Um,
south?
Northwest,
Northwest, sorry.
northwest. Yep. Um, so there's someone in there that has the ingredients that I want. As I said, they're an unusual trader, and I would make the journey myself, but well, as being a former adventurer myself, I like to extend opportunities to other fellow adventurers and allow them the opportunity to make some coin. Um, like,
So,
well,
what type of coin are we talking for a carrier mission?
I would be willing to pay you each 500 gold pieces.
That
And
sounds like quite a sum just to pick up some ingredients.
it would be. I'm as I said, the trader that has it is an unusual entity. Um, I'm not sure how familiar you are with certain forms of certain aberrations.
You said entity.
Yes, uh, to classify them as either male or female or person would be a misnomer, or mislabeling them. As I said, they are what we would consider an aberration. Would be the best classification for them. Anybody who wants to make a check on that, it would be our.
You said Arcana.
Yep. Okay. Lilith, Rowan. I mean, Lilith, you've heard of aberrations. They tend to be entities that are not necessarily from your basically region. You know, you have monstrous creatures, which you're very familiar with. Aberrations are things that are beyond the norm. Yeah, Kovac. Shit, you're a traveler, man. You're a learned person. aberrations tend to be things that are many times from the outer planes. So these are things that live in like the far realm. Um, Examples would be things like beholders, Ithalid, um, things that don't exist on your same plane of existence typically. Um, so and she'll look. Are any of you familiar with aberrations?
Enough.
Okay. Well, the my contact is what they're called is Neogi. That's Neogi. If you guys want to write it down. They are a fairly secretive type. So I won't tend to say too much about it, as I don't wish to not necessarily offend it, but say more about it than they would want. They tend to be collectors, traders. In other areas, they have been known to be slavers, but this one seems content to be a trader for now. Uh, should that ever change, then our relationship with it in our region would certainly change as well. But it is a practical creature, so I would assume it does not wish to disturb the status quo at the time frame. And also, it actually kept a band of gnolls that moved into the haunted halls last winter in check. So, in some ways, the enemy of your enemies is your kind of friend.
Okay.
But as you said, it is 500 gold. It does seem to be a fair amount. Um, the haunted halls, can be a dangerous place. They are vast and deep. There are rumors that they extend far down and that there are lower levels that hold some sort of old necromancer's lair or some other evil artifact that is causing undead to continually populate. But um, you wouldn't have to necessarily go past the first level, so it shouldn't be too dangerous.
Okay.
Um, but mainly, I just want you to go in and procure my package from the Neogi that is there, and should you come across any treasure while you're in there, you have first claims to it, of course. I would only ask that my package not be disturbed in any fashion. To do so would just forfeit all rewards and potentially
So you
suffer any
say this is for a spell.
variant of a spell. Yes, I have my own studies that I like to keep up on. And being a mage, we're curious people. So,
Type
I'll
of spell.
what was that? She'll look at Lilith.
What type of spell?
Oh, well, that's for me to know. These are my personal studies. I'm simply extending this as a job offer to you. If you wish to take it, you may. If not, I'm certain I could offer it to somebody else. But
Rith will
my
look at her and ask if in Draconic is he expecting us to pick or somebody to pick up the package?
yes, he would be expecting somebody to come.
And the price has already been paid for it?
For his end, yes.
Okay.
So there'll be nothing necessarily required that you would have to hand over. Um, so I mean I commissioned him to get this. Whether or not he may want anything else in addition, and I suppose would it be up to him. But he's been known to make deals with others. So
Uh, what exactly is the haunted halls?
Well, the haunted halls was actually something that was used to be a hold for a bandit lord in the area. It was actually created before I was actually born. About 3 centuries ago, there was a bandit lord that was in the area that had a keep for him fashioned for himself on the top of the Starwater Gorge, and uh, after he had commissioned the dwarves to build him the keep, he asked them to continue down and build him some halls underground as a fallback point, as a stronghold, so to speak. Eventually, he came to his demise as he was only a human as well. And bandits don't tend to thrive exceedingly long. The more that they gather, the more that other bandits and other criminals want what they have. So eventually he died, and from that point, the halls became abandoned. They've been home to many different monstrous types of creatures. Undead have populated them. I'm certain that there are mysteries or potentially abominations that lurk further underneath, but they tend to stay there. The Purple Knights sometimes will go in there and do their own deep dives or excavations into the area as part of their training or part of their patrols. Um, Most of the time, they come back fairly unharmed, but there have been some that have delved a little deeper that have been disastrous. But I'm not necessarily asking you to go into the deeper parts.
So it's aptly named.
Indeed, yes. Um, it's a it is a place where many adventuring parties even tend to go to because there are rumors of fabled treasures that lie deeper within. But to go in there is to risk life and limb if you go deeper into the halls. So if you choose to, that is certainly up to you. I would just simply ask that you bring my package back first.
Great. What's a purple knight?
Oh, they are the guards of Cormire.
Okay. So
Or I should say the army of Cormire.
it's a day's travel.
About as
Uh,
long as weather holds up well enough.
is the first level the keep itself, or is it beneath the keep?
The keep is on top, but where you would be going into is the first level of what will be considered under the keep. The keep is mostly in ruins at this point because it was above ground, and over time it's just fallen into disrepair. Most of the monstrous creatures that have inhabited the halls have resided in the first level.
And it's a day north.
North northwest, more I should say more west northwest from here. Um, if you follow the road that goes northwest out of our town, it does continue along the river, and then eventually you'll uh, just turn west and follow the gorge.
Okay. Would you give us a few minutes to discuss this between us?
Of course, she will. Yeah, she'll lead you over. She'll lead you further into the house if you'd like. She opens up and there's what looks to be like a dining room area. She'll say, you may rest in here if you'd like, and please have a seat at the table and discuss amongst yourself. I will be waiting in the entry hall for you, if this suits your needs. Or you may step outside if you'd like. It's certainly up to you.
We could use the room.
Okay, very well. I'll be over there.
Thank you.
Of course. She will step out, close the doors, and move away.
What's everyone's thoughts? It's a lot of coin.
Rith, no problems.
Okay.
I like coins.
Okay.
Do we
Should be
plan
fun
to?
to meet an aberration.
I'm sorry.
I
After
said
you.
it should be. Oh, I said it should be fun to meet an aberration.
That's true.
Do we know how long Darko is staying in town and whether or not we're going to go with him when he leaves?
He said around 3 days. I'm sure we told him that we did want to go with him, that he would probably stay at least an extra day for us. But there are other jobs also on that board that we could do also. It's really up to all of us to decide at this point what we want to do.
Okay, but if we do the other jobs, don't we have to belong to a guild or something?
We do. But we could speak with the constable about how to do that.
My guess would be go to one of the 3 towns where you can get the adventurer's charter.
Right. Isn't Darko heading to one of those?
That's what I was going to ask. I don't remember if Darko told us where he was going after this.
I believe he's going to Arabelle.
But we do
And
want to go with him.
I would say yes. So if we wanted to do this job, that would give us a lot of coin. We could be back before he leaves, but we could tell him if it does take us an extra day. See if he would mind waiting. I know he would like our company. He made that clear by the extra gold that he paid us.
Okay.
All right. Let's tell Lady Tessville that we'll accept her offer. My only thing is, we don't know what's in this package.
Right.
And I don't like that.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. The package is probably not even my problem, so I don't care what's in it.
Rith agree. Pay.
Just don't go poking around and it will be fine.
Okay.
I'll look at the message thing again that we had on the wall
Okay.
and reread it again. What's it say again?
So it reads, again here. Earn big money. Clear monster cave. Big reward. And you're not very good at writing in common, but this is, I mean, even to your standards, this is pretty poor writing.
Sure. Does it have a name or anything
Nope.
at all?
It
Okay.
has a roughly drawn map to the north, indicating
okay.
like a cave's location. Like, it's not incredibly descriptive, so it would probably take some hunting around to find it, but it just shows like some rough mountain sketches that you assume might be representations of where it is, but it kind of gives a dot for the town and then some mountains to the north, and then somewhere in the mountains it draws like a cave entrance.
And we don't even know who's paying the big money.
Nope.
All right, I say we tell Lady Tesseril that we'll accept the job, and we can head out. Really, we'll stop by and talk to Darko and tell him where we're headed. You know what we're doing, and see if he would mind waiting for us if we take us a little bit more time than we think.
Okay.
All right, so open the door and walk out.
See
I
you.
would like to use my Furball magic to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. How far does that go? Right, 30 feet.
Yep, 30 feet. Lasts for 10 minutes, and I'm just gonna look around her house, like from the room I'm in,
Okay.
not wander it.
Sure. Um, yeah, you cast detect magic. The wood that it goes through is like 3 feet of wood, right? Is that what it says? And then it has a.
Penetrates most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone
Then it
or
gives
1
a-
inch of metal.
Okay.
Or 3 feet of dirt.
Wood and dirt. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I mean, you do get some magical sensations from around the area. Um, there's some on the other side of the wall, where you know that she's sitting. You sense some that are a little bit further above you. So, just various spots in the house that are in floors above you.
Okay.
So, this house is, like I said, it's not as wide, or it probably has as much surface area as like Eveningstar Hall, but it is about 4 stories tall. It's just there's only certain sections of it that go up 4 stories. Each floor gets progressively smaller, it looks like, from the outside. So, but yeah, you do detect magic around the areas.
I'll walk up to Lady Tesseril and I'll bow and say, "My lady, we are at your service."
Fantastic. I'm very happy to hear that. Uh, I do have another fellow adventurer that I hired as well, so I do believe that strength in numbers is important. And she'll point in from one of the rooms from behind the stairs. You see a man walk out in freshly polished brown leathers, wearing he's got a simple but well kept short bow across his back, a short sword at his hip. Appears to be human looking, wearing a wide brimmed black hat, black riding boots, with tan pants and a purple shirt underneath his leather armor. Um, and he also has a instrument case that's strapped to his pack on his back. He walks out and greets you, says, "Ha! Greetings! Fine day to meet another band of intrepid adventurers on the road to seek fame and riches, no?
Absolutely.
I like this man. I'm sorry, my name is Eli Danforth. It is a pleasure to meet all of you. Looking forward to fulfilling our lady's request here and earning some
I'll pull
coin
out the
along the way.
map to the. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll pull out the map to her, and well, he's introducing themselves, and I'll talk to her in Draconic.
Okay.
I'll pull it out and ask her where on this map is the haunted hills or halls. I mean.
Kind of looks at it for a second. She say, well, I guess that looks like a part of the range that's almost directly north of us here. My goodness, that is a terrible drawing.
It is.
Yeah, I would say the haunted hills are kind of points, maybe around there, and it's like almost a little bit west southwest of that particular marking. Because I think these mountains here are probably a little further north into the foothills, but it's hard to tell based on well, this drawing. Is that the other? Is that the one that was on the board?
Yeah.
Oh,
Any
well,
idea who would have left it?
no, not really sure. I wasn't standing there looking over it the entire time. But I would assume it. Well, I don't know if it was anybody from the town based on how poorly it's written. Um, Obviously, Common was not their first language either. But I would exercise caution in something like this. Could be a trap. Could be an actual payday. I don't know.
I was just curious at how close it was to the current objective.
I would
So,
say you'd probably have to travel a little further north. These particular foothills are probably 15 miles north or so.
okay. Well, we'll keep that in mind then. I don't foresee us doing this at this point then.
Well, if you do, like I said, just exercise caution.
Sure.
So, as they're having their conversation, Eli finishes his introduction. Says, is there... Do you wish to leave this morning, or is there a more equitable time for you?
This morning is good.
Fantastic. Well, I do hope that we can make fine time. Bit of a budding adventurer myself. I have a bit of magic at my disposal, as well as well, my bow here. But I'm happy to lend both to our cause.
Okay.
She'll finish her
So-
conversation with Rith and Drumbick. Yes, Eli's fine, capable man, been quite the positive influence in our town, and extremely helpful in his couple days here.
How long have you been in town?
Oh, just 3 days. Recently came through. Been performing a little bit, earning a little bit of coin, just getting ready to pass on when Lady Tesserl Hiller mentioned she might have a job. But she wanted to have a few more people to go along just for safety's sake.
Okay, lady. As so we're clear, it is 500 apiece, correct?
Yes, 500 gold per person.
Okay.
I did say that, right?
Yes.
Yes,
I
I
just
believe I
wanted
mentioned
to
per
double
person.
check.
No.
that
I
we
don't wish
understood.
you. I'm not expecting you to split with Eli here. My deal was with him as well, and with the 5 of you. So, putting up a fair amount of some of my own gold for this, but I like to extend a bit of good faith in adventures, having been one myself.
Okay. Well, let's set off.
Very well. I look forward to your return. Um, if you do run across any troubles, which I know do happen sometimes, please please do not leave anybody behind. Um, so say if anyone does happen to fall in battle, I do have magics at my disposal to help you out, or if you happen to come back grievously injured, I can help you out as well.
Okay.
I do not wish to see anybody's journey cut short.
Well, let's go talk to Darko.
Very well. I wish you all the best of luck and safe travels.
We shall return.
All right. So she will open the door, and Eli will walk out following you and say, "Where would you like to meet up?"
We are going to head up to the Lonesome Tinker right now. If you would like to meet us at the bridge leading out of town to the north, that would be fine.
Most excellent. Fine establishment. So he will. I'm probably going to stop by the orchard real quick and grab myself a couple of pastries for the road. Would anybody else like one?
Sure.
No, thank you.
No thanks.
I'll pass. Thank you.
He'll look at you, Rith.
Rude.
Pastry. Very well. And I will meet you at the bridge.
Okay, we will see you there.
All right. So, you guys head back off to the tanker to talk to Darko?
Yes.
All right. So,
I don't like him.
I don't either.
I don't know. Bards.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
I don't even know if Rowan's paying attention. Good.
Okay, but I don't like it.
There's something fishy about him. But we'll find out what it is.
Yep. Right?
So let's go talk to Darko.
All right, so you guys make your way back up to the tankard, head on inside, and as your Kerr, as you guys are walking up to the tankard, you see Darko coming out of the front door, as you guys are turning right to go down the street where it is, down the main street.
I'll wave.
Bill, oh, good morning.
Good
Morning.
morning, Darko.
Just off to start conducting some of my business here.
We actually have business of our own.
Oh, a job?
Yes. And we have talked, and we would like to continue with you once we get done with this job. You said you would be in town for 3 days. Is that correct?
Probably. I mean, at least 3.
Okay.
Just depends on how long it takes me to procure everything that I'm looking for.
Okay. We are looking at about that same amount of time for our job.
Okay.
If
Is
it
it
takes
taking you out of
longer,
town?
would you be willing to wait a little bit for us?
Oh, is it taking you out of town?
Yes.
Okay. I'll say I can probably I would say I can spend about 5 days here in total
Okay, that's fair.
before heading out, so I can give it 2 extra days.
That's fair. If
I'll
not, maybe we can catch up with you.
most certainly. I will. Maybe I'll squeeze an extra day or 2 out, but I'll see what if the berries that I want are are ready right now, or if they can be prepared for me um, in the next couple days, that would certainly make it easier to leave in about 5. But
Okay.
well, I'll have more information today. But yeah, I think at least 5 I can give you.
Okay, that sounds fair. We will try to get back as soon as possible. But once again, we don't expect you to wait on us. We do want to travel with you. It has been an enjoyable experience so far, so hopefully we can all leave here together.
I would very much like that. It was definitely beneficial to have you along with us, and I enjoyed your company personally. So um, I won't keep you any longer. I'll let you go about your business, so that way, hopefully, you can come back sooner.
All right, that sounds good. Good luck in your day, and we will see you soon.
Very well. Safe travels to all of you. And he will continue on down the road.
Let's head on out.
Okay. So, yep. So, you guys head up towards the bridge. Since you guys kind of went the opposite direction, about 3 or 4 minutes later, um, Eli comes walking up to the bridge as well. A bag of pastries and whatnot, and um, hands uh, one to Rith and one to Lilith. Says, "Here you are. I got you a few of them. One of each of theirs." Says, "I got you," pointing towards Rith. He's like, "I got you a couple extra. You seem like a chap that would enjoy a few extra pastries."
Rith smiles. Rith like you. He'll pat him on the
Fantastic.
back. Little bit extra. Umph.
Yeah. So he feels, he's like, "Ha, I can tell you pack quite the punch there. Make good use of that mole on your back, I'm sure. Um, I'm prepared. Shall we set out?"
Let us go.
Very well. And he will fall in line with you guys, and you guys can head out northwest of town, and we can stop there if we'd like.
As we're walking, I'm gonna act like I'm eating the
Okay.
pastry, and I'm gonna basically crumble it in my hand as I'm acting like I'm eating it.
Okay.
Oh, I'll eat it.
Oh, I know you will. He wants it. He wants him for spell.
Oh no. I
Oh.
just don't trust him. So
Okay. Okay. So go ahead and make your sleight of hand check. Okay. Yeah. Feel pretty confident in the fact that you are being deceptive in your eating of your pastry. Kind of holding back a little bit, kind of staying, to his side where he can't necessarily see you. But yeah. Rith, you have your pastries, and uh they're warm. I mean, look, they're kind of almost hot to the touch. So nice and fresh. You eat them up, and they're quite tasty.
Perfect. I will eat
So,
them up.
yeah. He pulls out his own bag and starts slowly eating his. Takes him a little bit longer because, he's like, oh, hot, hot, hot. And just blow on him a few times to get him to cool down. So, do you guys wish to end there, or do you want to get to the travel to the halls?
I think that's a good stopping point.
yeah.
Okay. Very well. All right. Well, that is it for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in or watching. We'll be back again in 2 weeks, right? I don't think anybody has any kind of conflicts at the moment that we know of. So, barring any extenuating circumstances again, And we'll be back in 2 weeks. And again, thank you everybody for watching. Tune in next time. Till then, see you later.